Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is MATLAB course. In this video, I will solve two midterms. We have 4 questions. Inshallah, I will solve them using the MATLAB. In this video, I will show you examples how will be the exam questions and how we can use the MATLAB to solve like these questions. In the first question, as you see, we have the problem description where we have TW equal this number plus this number times t minus this number times v to the power 0.16 plus and so on, where t is the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit and v is the wind speed in mile per hour. We want to write MATLAB script file, and this file or program should do the following. Guys, in general, if you have a long question like this, don't try to solve everything together at once. You should focus on the first point. Forget everything else. Just do it step by step. The first step, it is step number 1. Create a random vector of 6 integers in range 10 to 60. I will go to a new script. I will open a new script. As you see, I will start by CLC to clear the command window, clear the workspace, and close all to close all graphs. And surely we have to write some comments that I will create as example random vector v, etc. Now guys, how we can create random vector v? Write v equal. Now to create random numbers, we have two types. We have rand function and rand I function. Rand function, it will create a random vector containing floats or float numbers between 0 to 1. If you use rand I, it will use or can return or create a random vector or matrix, by the way, containing integers in the range, say x to y. Our case here in step number 1, we need integers, so I will use rand I. In the rand I function, I should indicate say that the size the size and the range. So I will write the range like this. The range, it should be as written in the question, between 10 to 60. Now what is the size, what is the size of this vector? 6 integers. It says that we need a vector, not a matrix. Okay, so let us say that random vector 6 integers, say that we have 6 by 1, we have 6 rows by 1, say that vector. Enter. I will show you the result for this command. Right click, evaluate selection. See, we got vector, all of the elements between 10 and 60, and number of rows. Here we have 6 rows, 1 column. This is the size of our vector. So step number 1 done. Step number 2, create a random temperature vector of 9 float values in the range of -50 to 50. Now we have float values here. For the float values, we have to use say t equal rand, not rand I, rand. But the problem here, guys, rand, it's a built-in function, can create a matrix or vector of floats. But the idea here for rand, the numbers should be, or the values should be between 0 and 1, maximum 1 and minimum 0. But it says that from -50 to 50. So if we created as example a number 1, maximum number is 1, multiplied by 50, it will be maximum 50, and so on. So we can say that the range here, I want it from, we can write it is like the following. We can say here we have again here we have -50 to 50, from -50 to 50. The idea here, guys, also if we use rand, we can use it between 0 and 1, multiplied by 50, it will be between 0 to 50. But here we have -50 to 50. So how we can solve this part? So we can put from 1 to 9, or 9 to 1. This is the size of the vector, but in this case it will give us between 0 and 50. if we multiply it by 50. So maybe we can write a code to use rand, but I prefer in this case, because it not says that use rand, it says that create random t vector. So we can use the linspace, you can use, I believe that we can do it also randomly. So I will do it using linspace. I will choose lin space. I will get back to the rand later on how we can do it in rand function. Len space function. I want the first or initial value, say from minus 50 to 50. Okay, in between or overall, we need 9 elements in that vector. So let me show you what is the t now. If we evaluate this one, so as you see, we have here between minus 50 to 50, we have 9 elements. Run the program again, it will give you the same numbers, but it says that random t vector. I will come back and show you how we can make the random vector, but let me proceed now. Now sort the v in ascending way. Sort the v in ascending way. Sort t in ascending way. It says that also. I will sort now. I will go to v. The new v equals sort of the old v v. It's by default in ascending. It said that ascending. Never mind. If it said that descending, you have to add a string here to show that this is in descending, like this, guys. Okay, and you can write descending here. Okay. Now sort the v sorted. Sort t also in the same thing. I will write t equals sort. It's a built-in function. Sort of t, and if you don't write the option, it will be in ascending way by default. Don't show me the result. Now we have v and we have t sorted. Now 5 calculates the tw matrix using the given formula. Now as you see, tw, it is the t wind chill temperature. It can be calculated using this equation. Okay, now if we look to this equation, we have here just a number or constant. This is constant times t. T here, it's a vector. Okay, and v here, it is a vector, and v here, it is a vector. So we should care about the multiplication. So we can write here tw matrix equal. Now it is 35.74 plus 0.6215 times t, okay, minus 35.75 times v, and v to the power 0.16, v to the power 0.16. And remember that v here, it's a vector, and to make v to the power 0.16, it should be element-wise power. So we have to use a dot here, and finally plus 0.425 times t times v to the power of 0.16. And same thing here, this vector, it is this v, it is vector, so this should be element wise, and for this t, it is vector also, it should be element wise. Okay, now let me save the program. Say exam question number 1.m. Now let me show you, we have the t, we have v, everything. Let me save and run the program. Okay, now let us check the tw. What we got in tw? We got this matrix. As you see, we have 6 by 9 of doubles. 6 by 9 of doubles. Because t here it's a vector, and this v it's a vector, and this t it's a vector, and this v it is a vector, we can multiply it directly like this. Now we got t. Now we calculated the tw matrix using given formula. Now create 7 by 10 matrix of zeros. Say that matrix of zeros, say M, my matrix, equal zeros. We have a built-in function called zeros. What is the size of this zeros? It is 7 by 10. It's 7 comma 10. Let me show you what is the result. I will evaluate this selection. As you see, we have 7 by 10 of zeros. CLC. Okay, save. Now next part, don't forget comments, guys. Okay, next part, save the V in part number 3. Which V? After sorting, V, the T and the TW in this matrix 7 by 10 as the following. We need to create a matrix. The first row in the matrix, second to last column is T, is the values of T. Second to last row, it is the V. As you see here, guys, as we said, the first row, the first row from here, second to the last row, it will be the T or temperature. See all of them. This is T, this is T, this is T, and so on. Sorry, I'm talking about this one here. Again, in this matrix, as we have the first row, second to last column, first row. This is the first row. From second to last column, what we have here, we have the T temperature or T values. And second to last row, from second to last row, okay, first column, this one, it is the V values, and second to last row, second to last column, all of these guys, okay, it is the TW. So how we can do it? We can say that M of, now listen to me, now see, second, we said here the first row, this is first row, comma, in the first row we have second to last column, so the last column, it is the 10th column. Okay, so all of elements in the first row from second column to the 10th column equal what? Equal all of the values of T, Okay, next step. Now we want to say that second to last row, so we have M of we said M of say that again, second to last row, the last row here is 7, the 7th row, comma, in the first column, column number 1, equal to V values. And final thing here, second to last row, again go to here, M elements, okay, in the second to last row, which is 7, comma, now we have second to last column, the last column here, it is the 10th column, all of these values I will get it from where? From the values of TW. Remember that TW, it is a matrix. Okay, so T here, it is a vector, and this is actually a vector. V is a vector, and actually this is just one row or column. And TW, it's a matrix. This is a matrix. All of these should be saved in M. Save, run the program. Now I will show you the M. These are the values of M. Let me check an example. As you see here, the first element 0 because I didn't save it. But from the second in the first row, second column to the last column, we have the values of T. As you see here, second row from first column. Now we have say that from the second row to the last row, first column, we have the values of V, and all of these from here to here, they are TW. We finish this part. Okay, now we want to use subplot. Using subplot function, plot the following. Select any value of t, then plot v versus tw. So again, what we are doing now, for say that we selected 30, temperature 30. For temperature 30, what we have here, for temperature 30, if the temperature is 30, see, tw is vary with change with the v. When you fix the t here, the t temperature, when you fix the temperature, okay, now change the speed, it will give you tw. Change speed, give you another tw. For this speed, this is tw. For this speed, this is tw, and so on. Say that we selected temperature 10 as example. When temperature is 10, I'll see, when speed is 10, we have tw minus 4. When speed is 20, we have the tw minus 9, and so on, guys. So I want to ask user to enter temperature. So we can say that temperature equal input, please, we can write a message here. Sorry for that. Please select one of the t values. The user will know exactly what values he entered before. Okay, then show me the result. Now we have to use if statement or select. Say that if statement, I will use if. Sorry. Say that. Now, how we know that which say that which tf value corresponding to that temperature. Again, as example, it is T10. Okay, if the temperature is 10. Now for the temperature 10, how we know which TW corresponding to that? It depends on the location of 10. 10 here, it is in the T or temperature. It is not the first, not the second, not the third. It is the fourth temperature. How we know exactly it is the fourth temperature? We need a loop first. So we want to know what's the index of this temperature. We have to run a loop. Say I equal from 0 to the length of the temperature vector. We know that the temperature length, it is 9. Okay, but better to write length here. And now we will check. We write if the enter temperature from user equal to the t of I, that means say that our counter c equal to that I. That's it. And this is the end of the if statement. Now, why I use this loop to go from the first temperature to the end temperature to know what is the temperature entered by user. Is it the first or second or third or fourth, and so on. If this is true, we can say that C equal I, or keep it like this. We can say also the speed equal to the speed equal, if you want to know what's the speed. Actually, we know the speed from 10 to 60. I mean, sorry, not speed. I mean TW. Say that TW for that temperature, TWT, equal to what? Equal to TW. Listen to me. Now, for the TW itself, it is a matrix. And just to remind you what this matrix is, I will show you. TW in the first row, sorry, in the first column, it is the TW for the first temperature, which is 40. The second column, it is TW for the 30, and so on. Okay, now what is the index of this temperature? It is I. Now the TWT for that temperature, it is TW of that I. That's right. But if it's a vector, we can write like this. But it's not vector. Again, go to matrix. We need two things. Now, just an example. If the user entered 30, it is the second temperature. For the second temperature, these rows or these values will be the TW for that temperature, according to the speed. This is for the first speed, second speed, third speed, and so on. So all of these values are TW at that temperature by varying the speed value. So guys, we need two things here. We need the say that the column index, which is C, okay, and we need also what? How many elements we have? 6 elements here. The size, it is 6. So we can say that it is TW in the matrix T. Go to all rows. Okay, take the second column. Again, I will show you when the user select as example 30, temperature 30. This loop and if statement will discover that the 30, it is the second element in T. So the C will be 2 now. Okay, we need all of these values. Actually, these values are in the matrix of TW. In the matrix of TW, it is from first to the last row, second column. How we can write it from first to the last row, second column? We can write it easy like this. From first to the last row, that means all rows, second column. Save it as TWT. Now we know the TWT corresponding to that one. Okay, next step, we want to do what? Using subplot function, plot the following. Select any value of T, then plot V. We need subplot. So we can write subplot. This is plot as example. Say that we want, we have here 1, 2 plots. Say we want to plot them in 2 rows, 1 column. Okay, this is plot number 1. Okay, here what should I plot? Plot again. It should plot the select any value of T, then plot V versus TW for that T. So we need V in the x-axis and TWT for that temperature in y-axis, and we can choose as example we want them as in red, and we can change the line width. We can write here line width value, say that comma, the value is 2. Save, run the program. As you see here, please enter temperature. We know that the values as example, it's line space of T from -50 to 59 values, and we can open the T to just select one of the temperatures. Let me close the application first. Okay, see, we have -50, we has -25. Okay, so let me select -25. Okay, run the program again. This is -25, which is the second one. Length, okay, we wrote it wrong. This is TH. Save, run the program again. This is -25. Okay, now array index must positive integer or logical values. The array indices. We talk about if temperature equal T of I. Temperature equal T of I. Now when I equal 1, the I equal, yes, it should be from 1, sorry, from 1 to length of T, not from 0, because I represent a counter representing the index of each element. So again, this is -25. I'm waiting the MATLAB to finish. Now good, now we have the plot. This is the plot. Now again, for this plot, guys, we have to say that label or title at the beginning. Title, we can write the title. The title, it is, say that it is as you see, it is V versus it is V versus TW. Okay, for a given or for T equal temperature equal this value, float value, and say that I want just 1 decimal place like this. From where I will get this temperature? It is from temp entered by user. Okay, this is the title. I think we can write like this. Let me check if it will work on the title. Save, run the program. This is minus 25. We get error, we can't write on the plot. So we can write here for a given temperature. Never mind. I believe we can do it, but maybe we need to choose another idea. TW for a given temperature. Okay, given temperature, and remove this one like this. This is just a title. Okay, and in x label, it is labeled that in x direction we have the velocity, or say that v, which is actually v here, it is the wind speed. We can write wind speed, comma v, mile per it is mile per hour. Okay, and same thing for the y label. Control C, Control V. We can write here y label. In the y direction we have here tw. It is the wind chill temperature. Wind, say that temperature. The wind temperature, it is also in mile per hour, which is here say that tw, mile per hour. Save the program. We can also show the grid on. Save, run the program. This is minus 25. This is the graph for minus 25. Okay, now the second plot, select any value of v. Now the opposite, we want to select any value of v. As example, if the user selected v as 30, we want to plot the tw versus t. We will copy the same code, but this time I will ask the user to enter in this case the speed, not the temperature. So we can write here this is temp, the second one. We can write speed. Give me the speed. I will plot the tw versus, or t versus tw. So please select one of the, sorry, this is not there, one of the v values. Okay, and here one of the t values. Okay, v values for I equal from one length to length of v small. Right here say that we want to find say that the speed. We write here speed if this speed equal of what, of v of I, then save I to C, and we can here say that this is v or tw not t versus v, w at v equal what, tw. Now again, say that as example the user selected 20 here, it is the second row. So guys, in the second row, second column to the last column, all of these the tw corresponding to that speed. Okay, to that speed. So we need temperatures tw and temperature t and tw for that speed. In this case we want to again subplot. It is 2 by 1 size. This is plot number 2. Plot, in this case I'm plotting the t versus what, tw at each v, at this v, sorry. Title, this one, it should be the temperature versus tw for a given not temperature, speed, for a given speed. X label, in X label we have the temperature, okay, which is T, and it is in degrees, Fahrenheit degrees. We can say that Fahrenheit degrees. Okay, and Y label, it is in Y wind temperature TW mile per hour. Grid on. Save, run the program. Now let me select one of the speeds. For the speeds, again, We can say that let me select any speed here, but we have to know what are the speeds. Control C. What are the speeds? Here we have 17, 17, 37. Say that in this case we have arbitrary or random vector. So say that instead of asking the user what is the value of v, say select which speed. Please select one of the v, uh, one of the v's, one of the v's like this. That means the index, one of the v's, one of the v, by entering the index, the first, the second, the fourth. Okay, so this is the index, not the value itself. Now for I equal to length of v, speed equal, we can say that here let me write here it just index k or j, it's just the index of that speed. Now we can define the speed equal to the v at that index, which is j. If the user enter the first, that means v of 1, the second v of 2, and so on, like this. Now for I from 1 to length of it should be v. If the speed value equal to v of I, actually in this case we don't need the for loop because we already know the value or the index, so no need for this loop. Okay, no need for this loop, and also no need for all of these, because we know that the speed, what's the value. Okay, and we know the TW for that value. Why? Because here we use the index of the speed, so the user will not enter the value, he will enter the speed itself, the index itself, sorry. So it's ready, so we can say that speed equal v of j and TWV equal TW from this is double dot. That means all of the rows. Again, we need in our case here, we need, as example, if the user selected 2, that means he want to calculate for the second velocity. In the second velocity, we want the TW from here to here, from here to here. That means the second row. Let me show you the second row. So we want all of these values of TW in the second row from first to last column. This is how we can write it. So it is we need second row, all of columns in the TW. So in the second row, all of columns, save them as TWV. Now plot or subplot like this. Save. Now let me run the program again. Let me check that nothing ran before. Run again. Now select t value. For the t value, as you see, for the t value here, as you remember, say minus 25. For say that for the v value, I want the second one. What happened here? See, this is the v and this is the t versus tw. This is temperature in Fahrenheit. Here wind speed. Here wind temperature. Here wind temperature. This is how we can solve this program. The last, don't forget labels, title, color. Okay. Now display or print the result as shown. Now we want to display it. Remember that here we have empty, nothing. Okay. Before that we have temperature TF, so we can print. Say that I will write a comment. I will print the values. So here f print f. Okay. F print f. We have to print the title, which is temperature. Here we can write temperature. Okay. Comma T in Fahrenheit, like exactly here. Okay. Next, I want to print. Remember that. Listen to me. Remember that all of these values, if you remember, we saved the first column and this row and all of these values in the matrix M. In the matrix M, if you remember here. So we have the M directly. If you write display, I will show you. If you write display, just to show you what the values of m, if you write display m, it will show you the values, but not same like here. Save the program, run the program. This is minus 25. This is the second. F print y f. Sorry for this mistake. Where is it here? It is f print function. Save, run again. This is minus 25, and say second v. These are the values. These are the values. As you see. So we'll print this one temp. By the way, I should say put spaces before, and I should not say m equal. It should be speed like this. Okay. But just to show you how I will start. So again, guys, I will go back to here, write some spaces. I will not display it using display. I will print function. Okay. How can I print them? To print them, guys, again, you have to in the second row we have to keep one space and followed by all of the values of the temperature, all of the values of the temperature. So let me print Control C, Control V. By the way, after this one, just go to next line. Here I will keep as example 4 spaces. Remove this one. 1 2 3 4 spaces. Okay. Then followed by the values of V. The values of V. How can I print the values of V in this case? We can say that comma V. Let us see what will happen. Save, run the program. Okay, please select one of the values of T, minus 25. This is the second one. See, temperature T, nothing displayed here because this is a wrong way to show things. Now V, it's a vector, guys. V, it is a vector. If you want to show a vector values, you have to use a for loop. And instead of that, cut. Here we have nested loops. We have nested loops. How many loops we have here? Here we have one row, second row, third, fourth, fifth, and so on, and so on. So how can I do that? We need a for loop. So write for, as example, I counter equal from 1 to the length, or we know the size. Actually, we know the size. We have here for the rows, the first, then second, then fourth, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, from 1 to 9, from 1 to 9. This is the end of the for loop. Inside this loop we have another loop for say that we have j counter equal from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 from 1 to 10. Okay, and this is the end of that loop. Okay, now say when the value of the I is 1 and the value of j is 1. Okay, if this is true, do what? Print space. So here we can write in a second loop if the I value equal to 1 at the same time the value of j equal to 1. If this is true, guys, this is the end of the if. If this is true, print just space or 4 spaces. F print F. Okay, 1 2 3 4 spaces. Okay, then don't go to next line. Don't go to next line. Okay, then but if the value of I it is not 1 and j not 1, what should I do? Okay, now for j here j1, here j2, 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Now for the following j, print what? Want to print f. Print f. I want to print the value of the T temperature. T temperature in Fahrenheit. This value 40, 30, 20, and so on. So how can print? Just print a float number, okay, or integer, because T here okay, float, T temperature float. So float, but I will use minus 4.1 minus 4, sorry, minus 4.1. That means I want to reserve a space, 4 spaces from left, and put here just one digit after the dot or one decimal place. Okay, and don't go to the next line. Just keep as example 1 space, or remove the spaces, never mind, because here we have 4. Okay, but any better to keep 1 space. In this case here, add 1 space. Okay, from where I will get this value? It is the value of the temperature, which is T. It depends on which one. It depends. It depends on the J value or I value? That's temperature. Remember that the columns counter, it is J, so it depends on the J, because T hits, it's a vector, not matrix. Good. Let me show you what is the result here. Run the program. Right here, minus 25. Second V, we have a problem. Index exceed the number of array elements, which is 9. Maybe we calculated wrong. Let me go back here again. For here, to go from here to here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not a mistake, not here. Okay, what about J? J equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, from 1 to 10, from 1 to 8, if I equal to 1, and at the same time J equal to 1, okay, that's right. Yes, we have to write else here for this one. It should be else, not like this, because it will repeat for I equal to 1. So we have to remove the end like this, write else. Else, if this is not true, this will be true, and this is the end. This is why we got that error. Okay, run the program again. I will show you the result. Say this is minus 25. Say this is the second V. Still we have a problem here. See, this is minus 37.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is 8. That means from 1 to 9. For J, it should be from 1 to 9. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is a problem in the vector itself. Let me check the temperature itself. For the temperature, how many elements we have? 1 to 9. That's right, from 1 to 9, and we have this one for from 1 to 9 for the temperature, and this one, it is the 10th column, so it is correct. So what is happening here? What is happening here? Again, for I equal from 1 to 8, okay, from 1 to 8. Okay, so let me this is good, this is good. When I equal to 1, when I equal to 1, for J equal to 1 to 10, if I equal to 1, and J equal to 1, print a space. This is space, good. Else print this one, which is correct. But the idea here, we have to print this one alone, individually. I think in this case, no need to to say that from I equal, no need for a loop. So the outer loop should be removed better. I will show you how and why. Okay, so as you see, it is 4 for J equal from 1 to 10. If J equal to 1, in this case, print the space. That's it. This is better because we don't have a nested loop here, because I will print, that's right, because I want to print just one line, okay, better like this. Run the program. This is minus 25. This is the second V. Still we have a problem. Let me check again. If I want to print the first row only, J should be from 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct. From 1 to 10. Now, if j equal to 1, just print spaces. Else, print t of j, sorry, which is correct. That's correct. So j equal to 1, print spaces. Good. This one. Then j will become 2. It will skip this one, will go to here. Print t of 2. Then j3, 2 of 3. Then j4, 5, 6, 7, 10. J of 10 print. That's right. Why we have exceeding the index here? Again, t here we have 1 to 10. That's right, 1 to 9. For the t, it is 1 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we have this one, this column also, the 10th one. Okay, and we said that if the j equal to 1, print space, this space only. Else, print t of j. Print the first t, second t, then third t, and so on until reach the 10th one or the 9th one in t. So it's correct. So what's going on here? Let me check the value, the last value of j. The last value of j is 10, which is correct. So, yes, because listen, when j equal 1, we print space. When j equal to 2, we want to print the first temperature. So here we have to write t minus 1, because if for the first one it will be space, for the second one it will be 2. But actually the second one, it is the first temperature, not the second temperature. So always j minus 1. Run the program. Now it will work. Minus 25. Second one, see, temperature. These are the values. Good. Okay, we can increase the spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 space. If you wish, we can increase, say that the space here to 2 spaces. Run the program. Minus 25. This is second. Good. Now we have to print. After that, we have to go to next line. Actually, let me get back to the keep it like this better. F print F, go to next line, go to next line. Actually, we can solve it using different ways. Okay, go to next line. Then how can I print now? See, here we have speed in the first row, speed. So we can go to next line like this and write speed here. Okay, speed. Go to next row and write speed v like this. Okay, mile per hour. If you wish, you can add a more line for it. Yes, it's okay. We can say go to next line and write same thing like this. It is mile per hour, mile per hour. Let me show you the result. Okay, stop this one first. Show the result. This is minus 25. The second v. Good. It's speed v, mile per hour. Good. After the mile per hour, also we have to go to next line. Go to next line. Okay. Now, from now in this loop, now here we have to write nested loop. Okay. We can write for, again, for j. In this case, again, from 1 to 10. From 1, or say I, better I from, for I equal from 1 to how much? Say I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 1 to 6. This is the end of the I. Here we have to write another for loop for j equal from 1 to how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From 1 to 10. Okay, this is the end of the for loop. Okay, now guys, before, listen, I want to show the speed at that point, then followed by tw. Okay, so here the first step, f print f. Okay, print this value, which is the v. Okay, so here print a number which is a float number. As I told you, we can use minus 4.1 f, okay, followed by 1 2 spaces. Okay, then go to next line. Outside, from where I will get this value, it is from the v, but v, it depends on the I value. When I equal 1, it will print first v, second v, then and so on. Okay, now I equal 1, it will print the first v value, then it will go from j. Listen, from j should be j. I prefer to go from 2 to again print the value of the speed, then print this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, now I prefer to say that j from 1 2 3 4 5 6 9 to 9, from 1 to 9 better. I prefer this one. Why? Because I will start j from here, j 1 2 3 4 5 6, and to reach the last column, because I don't want to say letter on tw of j minus 1, so I will keep it like this. Okay, for j from 1 to 9, just print f, the value, which is just a float value. As I told you, minus 4.1 float. This here should be percentage, and here it is a float, then followed by 2 spaces. I think, yes, this is correct. Here is the mistake. Okay, from where I get this value, it is from the value of tw, but remember that tw, it depends on what. Remember that tw, actually you can use the m matrix or the tw matrix directly. For the tw, all of this is the first row, first column, the first row, second row, and so on. So it depends on what? It depends on the value. For I equal to 1, it depends on the I and j, like this. So it depends on the I value and j value. Let me save. Okay, let me run the program again, show you the result. This is minus 25, second v, as you see. But we got all of them, see, all of them in one line. How we can fix this one? I will show you. Now, print this value after finishing the first row. Okay, print f, we can print, go to next line, save, run the program again. This is minus 25, this is the second value. See, we got all of them correctly. Now as example, you can fix it by some spaces. You can add more space here as example. Where is this one before the t here? Here we can increase 1 space. Okay, just 1 space, and also we can increase the spaces here. I think we have 3 spaces here. We can add 1 space to the other one, like this. 1 space here and 1 space here, I think. And for the t, it's okay. Save, run the program. Minus 25, say second. Good, but I think 4 spaces is not enough, but it's okay, correct. We can increase it, make it 5 instead. I will make it 5 here instead. 5, 5, 5, but increase 1 space, 1 space, 1 space like this, and 1 space like this. Run the program again. This is minus 25. This is the second one. Now it's good, but it's okay. It's okay. We have to, I think, why we got like this, because here we have 3 digits, and here we have this is 4 digits. Here we have 3 digits. Okay, we can fix it somewhere here. I don't want to waste more time on that. So this is the first question, guys, of this exam question. First solution for the first exam, first question. Thank you so much. Watch next video.